Manga-Waido.
I'm Takato Inoue. I'm a new employee who just joined this recruiting company, Wide Power, last year. My job is mainly sales to the host company. Sometimes I go to existing clients, and sometimes I go and find new ones. It's a tough but rewarding job, and I'm glad I joined this company. This is my senior, Koichi Kitami. He's 4 years older than me, and he's my instructor. At first, I admired Kitami because he was cool and had good sales results. But, you haven't won a single contract yet? You're a dull, lame guy, and you can't even do your job? You're worthless. I'm sorry. There's one company that's giving me some positive consideration. When I first joined this company, I used to get 3 or 4 new clients a month. Well, I am an elite graduate from a famous university, so it's no surprise that I can do better than a guy who graduated from a no-name university, right? He made fun of me at every opportunity in this manner, and I gradually came to dislike him. I once talked to my boss about it, but he just said, I'll give him a warning, and there was no change in Kitami's attitude even after that. There were many customers who favored Kitami, and because he was the top salesman in our branch, the boss couldn't speak strongly against him. I guess I'll just have to work hard so I don't get talked down. Then one day, a newcomer came into our branch. But he was not someone who just graduated. He was a mid-career hire, a 43-year-old man. My name is Kazuki Sasahara. I will learn the job so that I can be useful as soon as possible. So please, give me your guidance. Kitami became Sasahara-san's instructor. Kitami didn't want to, but the other employees were busy meeting their monthly quotas. The boss asked him, Please, you're the only one who can afford it. In the end, he accepted it, saying, I guess I have no choice. Soon after that, Kitami said, Inoue, you can work by yourself now, can't you? And then stopped looking out for me. So I was released from Kitami. From that day on, Kitami started mentoring Sasahara-san. From the very beginning, Please, learn your job faster. You're only 43 years old. It's still too early to get old. You're at a decent age. I need you to be an immediate asset to the company. He looked down on Sasahara-san. But Sasahara-san was a warm-hearted person and said with a smile, Yes, I will do my best. Is he going to be okay? I was worried, but I had my own work to do, so I couldn't keep worrying about Sasahara-san. To be honest, I felt better now that Kitami didn't get involved with me anymore. Now's my chance to put in some work. I worked hard at my job. However... Wait! Sasahara-san! Are you working overtime? Yes. I was told to enter all these documents before leaving. What? All of this? Where's Kitami? Don't tell me he already left. He left on time. This is Kitami's client list, right? This one too? And this one too? Did he force you to do it? He told me to do it to gain more experience. It's okay. The more I do, the quicker I will learn. But even then, this amount is too much. I'll help you. You were just about to go home, weren't you? It's okay. I don't have any plans. Let's get it done together. Thank you. That would be very helpful. After that, I would frequently pay attention to Sasahara-san. But Kitami would talk down on him and force him to do his job every day. If you were recruited mid-career, it means you came to us because you couldn't get a job at another company, right? Well, yes. You should work a little harder. You should at least come in and work on your days off. If you don't, you'll get fired again. I'm sorry. And that suit. Why don't you get a better one? Mine's fully custom-made, you know. Yes, I will when I can afford one. Oops. I guess there's no way a mid-career slacker can afford to buy a better suit. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been so rude. That smirking Kitami disgusted me too. The boss could hear, but he just kept pretending he didn't. Kitami's performance this month was good, so the bosses left his antics unchecked, as usual. After that, Kitami said, Sasahara-san, you're not wearing a wedding ring, but being single at your age is proof that you're finished as a human being. You can't even get customers, and your paperwork is so slow. I feel sorry for the company that pays you. And just talked all he wanted. Even though Sasahara-san was getting contracts and handling the paperwork with no problems for a newcomer. You should talk back to him more. Kitami's only going to do worse if you leave him alone. No, he's right about me being an incapable employee. Anyway, Inoue-san, thank you for always working overtime with me. You're a big help. I was too scared of Kitami to stand up for you, so this is my way of atoning for that. Inoue-san, you really are a good person. But something finally happened that made me lose my patience. That day, Kitami said, "Finish all this," and threw all the complicated paperwork to Sasahara-san without any explanation. I've never done this before. I'm sorry for the trouble, but could you please teach me? Huh? I'm busy. Then please, give me the manual. A manual? I don't know if there was such a thing. It's too much trouble to look for one, so just go with your intuition. But if I make a mistake, I will cause you more trouble. So could you please teach me the first part at least? I could do this just by looking at it. You're older than me, so you can do it, can't you? Use your experience and do your best. As Kitami scoffed, I finally snapped. Kitami-senpai! Everyone has to be taught at first! Didn't you have someone to teach you in the beginning too? I was reprimanded by my boss last year when I couldn't do a good job after being told to do it on your own. This wasn't something I could think of as someone else's problem. What's with you all of a sudden, Inoue? If you're going to nag, why don't you teach Sasahara how to do it? No, Inoue-san. You're busy too, aren't you? If I can have the manual, I'll do my best on my own. That's right. Well, good luck with that. I've got plans after this. Don't interrupt me. Wait a minute. I'll lend him my manual, but at least give him some guidance for the first part. Oh, you have the manual? Then you can take care of Sasahara-san, right? Oh yeah, if it's the two of you, can you finish this whole thing? What? I couldn't believe it. Kitami handed us twice as many documents. Seeing the mountain of papers that he must have been storing for weeks made me feel sick. You guys are bored, right? Work on it amongst yourselves. See ya! Wait! Kitami-senpai! I tried to stop him, but Kitami shook me off and left. I'm sorry. It's my fault for interjecting. It's okay. Thanks for trying to help. No, I couldn't be of any help after all. Let's just get it done then. I'll do this bunch over here. You really are a kind person, Inoue-san. No, I'm not. Oh, here's the manual. I'll teach you everything. So if there's anything you don't understand, please ask me right away. Yes, thank you. Sasahara-san was mild-mannered, and I'd never seen him get angry. He worked very quickly, and once he learned something, he did it quickly and efficiently. He was a very capable worker, to say the least. We finished the large amount of work without a hitch, and were able to leave much earlier than expected. He was also very gracious and bought me a canned coffee as if to say, "Thank you for helping me out." I thought to myself, I want to be a man like Sasahara-san. The following month, Sasahara-san was able to win a contract with a major client. The president of the company was known for being difficult, but he said, "I'll work with your company." After just 2 visits by Sasahara-san. That's amazing! The president there was famous for being difficult. No, it was just a coincidence. The president's hobby was fishing, which I liked too. So we got to talking. Sasahara, great job! Let's have a drink today. Come on, everyone! Let's celebrate! Yes! But at this celebratory drinking party, a terrible incident occurred. Hey, Sasahara! Don't act so high and mighty just because you got one contract! I tried to intervene, but he pushed me out of the way, saying, "You're in the way!" Sasahara looked at me and said, "It's okay," and then gulped out the sake that got poured. He's a strong drinker too. Sasahara-san is so cool. But what about Kitami? Wow, he's already wasted. Don't get carried away just because some useless mid-career guy like you got a contract by a fluke! I got lucky this time. If I'd gone, that would have been mine! You just took credit for it! Kitami-senpai, don't talk like that! Shut up! You shut up! Come on, Sasahara, have a drink! I'm celebrating for you! No, I've had enough for today. Huh? You're not gonna take my drink? It's not like that. Come on, it's your superior's drink! Take it! Senpai, come on! Ah! I tried to stop him, but the drink in Kitami's hand was already all over Sasahara-san! Are you okay? I'll go get a towel! My colleagues noticed the commotion and gathered around saying, "What's the matter?" Amidst all this, Sasahara-san just laughed and said, "It's alright," as beer dripped from his head. But Kitami-san... What? You're not going to lose your temper, are you? If you lose your temper over something as trivial as this, you'll get fired! I'll keep this attitude of yours in mind. The cold voice sent a chill down my spine. Sasahara-san, who was laughing earlier, turned to a straight face. Although he must have been drunk, his eyes were looking straight at Kitami. His stern face even horrified me. What? You can't just go to your seniors like that? You being my senior ends this month. Starting next month, you'll be my subordinate. Huh? What are you talking about? That's not a funny joke! The information ban was lifted a few minutes ago, so let's just get it out of the way. I'm not joking. Your companies are being acquired by a merger. I am an employee of the acquiring company. I've been working under the guise of a mid-career hire to investigate your usual attitude and working environment. The turn of events was so sudden that no one could react except for me and Kitami, who could only open our mouths in shock. But it seems that what he was saying was true. My boss was there, and he seemed to be fiddling with his phone and asked, "What? Is it true?" as he turned pale. I later found out that in the case of a merger by absorption, there's no obligation to tell the employees that they are being acquired. Because our company was a privately held stock company and only the founder owned the shares, I heard that the exchange of shares in the merger was done privately, and we were never informed of it. The boss who was fiddling with his phone is a distant relative of the founder, so he probably checked with someone who knew what was going on. Kitami also saw the situation, and apparently realized that he wasn't bluffing. You're my boss? What does that mean? It means that I'm in charge of your evaluation and personnel matters. We don't need anyone who's not good for the company, no matter how good your sales performance is. You can't let an employee go unchecked if they're going to be a source of trouble, especially those who bully new employees or pour beer on their heads. No! I'm sorry! It was just a sudden impulse! Kitami seemed to sober up at once, and he turned completely pale and began to get down on his knees, when Sasahara-san said, "The top management is also responsible for allowing him to act so arrogantly." Even the superiors got down on their knees. The scene became chaotic, and other customers were amused and took pictures with their phones. The following month, our company was merged into another company, just as Sasahara-san had said. However, the other company wanted to take advantage of our business and proposed the absorption, so the work was almost the same as before. I was relieved to know that the only thing that changed was the name of the company. As for Kitami... Damn it! Why the hell am I being demoted? You've got to be kidding me! As a result of personnel evaluation, Kitami was demoted to an internal office. He calls it a demotion because it's not in the flashy sales department, but his salary won't go down, so I thought he was just overreacting. But in this internal office was a lot of habitual bureaucrats and hard-headed bosses. I heard that Kitami resigned voluntarily 2 months later as a result of thorough supervision. I'd heard that there was a correctional department for employees who caused problems, but it seems that that's exactly where Kitami went. The bosses who turned a blind eye to Kitami's antics were also removed from the flashy department and lost their way up the ladder. I, as a lowly employee, can only say, do your best at your respective places. As for me, your kindness to all deserves recognition. I hope you will eventually become a top talent in this department. Yes, I'll do my best. I've been reassigned to leadership training. I'll be teaching basic office knowledge and sales etiquette so that the new recruits can do well at their new companies. I also teach new employees in the company and support them in acquiring qualifications. In short, it's a department that's entrusted with the responsibility of providing guidance. There's a lot to do, and it's busy, but I enjoy working there every day thanks to the good treatment and the people around me. I have to keep working hard to live up to Sasahara-san's expectations, while being careful not to become conceited and end up like Kitami.